But we begin with Lieutenant General Todd Semonite, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers Chief. General, thank you so much for being here. You all are doing an incredible job across the country building these facilities. Tell me a little bit about what is going up in New York and how many buildings besides the Javits Center you anticipate you might need there.
Well, Martha, first of all, I just want to be able to thank you for having us on tonight. And all of us in the Department of Defense, I mean, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of these people that are affected by this terrible virus. And you know, there's an awful lot of heroes being made in these last couple of weeks. I was in New York City last Thursday night, and the streets were empty. But you still saw the cops out. You still saw all the nurses and the medical people. Everybody really stepping up to be able to help be able to try to mitigate this. So to be able to kind of frame this, we knew, and Governor Cuomo called us 2 weeks ago, he had said, hey, I need to be able to have some help in New York City. Secretary of Defense Esper asked me to go up on behalf of FEMA to be able to figure out how could we come up with some type of a plan to help New York City. So we basically created what I would call a standard design. And we made this very simple. You heard in the clip earlier, we've really got to be able to make this exceptionally straightforward. So we said we need some facilities that are COVID and some other facilities that are non-COVID. And then we looked across the array of the facilities that were already existing. We can't start and build a hospital from scratch in 3 weeks. We said, let's go find something that's already to code, already has electricity, already has fire, already has water. So we kind of put these in two different bins. Something like a hotel or a college dormitory, or perhaps a large area like a convention center or a sports arena. So when I was with the governor, he said, what can I do right away to get you started? And I said, we need to have a building like tonight. We need to have 3 more buildings by tomorrow night. We need to have your list of projects, Governor, where you want us to get started. So he turned us on to the Javits Center first, and that's where we're working with the entire team. And this is not the Corps of Engineers. This is FEMA, HHS, an unbelievably talented team in the Javits Center. The governor, the mayor has been amazing in this. Everybody pulling together to be able to basically take a FEMA hospital, a series of hospitals, and put them inside a convention center. Originally, what came out of a box at only about 500 beds, we were able to expand to about 3,000 beds, and that's up and running today.
Yeah, I mean, it really is remarkable, and I'm so glad that you're highlighting all of these different groups that are working together. How have you been able to do it on such a short time frame? And would it have been, obviously, it's always helpful if you have more time. Do you wish that you had been told to start this 2-3 weeks ago, month ago?
Well, I think this is where, again, this is a city and state responsibility, but I was actually getting ready to do a press briefing in the Pentagon last Friday afternoon. And President Trump and Dr. Esper called me on my cell phone, Dr. Esper did, and they said, what else do you need, General Semonite, to be able to help step up and make this happen? I think we got to continue to be able to anticipate where that requirement was, and maybe somebody could say that we could have done more earlier on, but I look at when we know that need, we were called in and we went forward and did it. Here's the power of the idea. The power of the idea is not to sit down and try to design several hundreds of facilities. Friday afternoon when I briefed in the Pentagon, we had 114 identified. Today, we have 341 identified. We've got about 8 gigantic contracts going in right now tonight across the United States, about 8,500 rooms. In the next couple of days, we're going to write 7 more big contracts, about another 3,000. It's the ability to have a standard design and then pass that back out to mayors and governors and say, this is something that has already been sanctioned through HHS and FEMA. Delegate it back down. You can build it. We can build it. But then take the passion of the idea and put it in the ground. And that's what we're seeing, Martha, is really taken off, is this is beginning to grow in little cities, little towns, big convention centers to be able to find a way of cutting this delta.
Understood. You know, I mean, you've been given a mission and you are working really hard to carry it out at a really blistering pace. What about Chicago? Are you building one of these at the Chicago Convention Center in New Orleans? Will we see one of these at the Superdome?
So every governor has a list of projects. It's premature to say exactly which ones are on their list. Some governors have made decisions. I kind of told you there's about 15 of the big ones that we've actually got approval from FEMA. We've written the contract. Governors have made announcements in their states, and we're in the ground putting those on. There's other ones where the governor wants to keep working through that, and we want to appreciate the governor's role in this. Chicago's a great example of another big dimension we've taken on here. In Javits, it's non-COVID. So the entire, and as you said in the lead-in, this is where we're able, just like the Comfort, to displace people that are not COVID, take them out of hospitals, and put them in another facility. That's kind of what Javits is. In Chicago, we're doing exactly the opposite. We're going to take the McCormick Convention Center, and we're going to stand up about 3,000 COVID beds, 3 different sections. Some will have different types of capability with negative pressure and so far. But we expect to have the first 500 of those done sometime by the end of the weekend. And we want to go very, very aggressive. We've got a very, very good contractor on the ground. And again, working with this integrated team to be able to be ruthless in execution. We do not have time to do the perfect solution. We've got to do mission essential. Whatever you would want to do to make sure your loved one is taken care of, that's where we're going to draw the line.
All right. Sir, quickly, if you can, and I just have one more question for you. In terms of the military participation with healthcare providers, because one of the things that have been said about all these facilities is that there just aren't the medical professionals to man all of these things once they're built. How much of a role is the military going to play, and will there be enough doctors to service all of these facilities?
So, Martha, I'm a good soldier. I stay in my lane. I see this as a 3-legged stool. You have to have the sites. That's what we're doing, is helping the sites. Number 2 is you have to have the supplies. You've seen a lot of discussion on all the different supplies are in there. And number 3 is you have to have the staff. We're primarily focused on the sites, but the Department of Defense is extremely focused on taking whatever they have and pushing them out. In Javits today, there are Army field hospitals that are doing the job just like the Comforts up there to be able to augment, and Dr. Esper is looking at other places to be able to continue to augment existing capabilities with what DOD has.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a shortage, though. I think you're going to find that at the end of the day, I don't think the sites are going to be the critical path. I think you're going to go back to the staff are probably going to be the most critical demand in a couple of weeks from now.
You know what? As I say goodbye to you, I want to put something up on the screen. This is a poster that says, "You give us the armor and we'll give it hell." And it's next to one from World War II with a pilot. "You give us the fire and we'll give them hell." And you can see, as you say, that the front lines in this fight, as in World War II, this time it is these medical professionals, and it's Doctors' Day in America. Quick thought on that before I let you go, sir.
We're just awful proud to be part of this federal team. I mean, from the president, the vice president, secretary of defense, everybody said wherever we need to step up and help the cities and the states, we're all in. So just proud to be part of a very, very historic team. But we got a lot of work to do, and we can't take our eye off the ball. We got to make this happen fast.
Well, I know you're working as hard as you can, and you're a very strong proponent of the work that you all are carrying out. And we thank you for being here, Lieutenant General Semonite. Thank you, sir.